Uganda.
On the 22nd of May 2026, once again, this is your Lunchtime News, and I'm Patricia Lukoma Mpango to bring you through what's making headlines. Now, starting off with the District of Arua, security and health surveillance have been intensified along porous border routes in West Nile to prevent possible importation of Ebola from Eastern DR Congo. Now, according to Arua RDC Gore Goffin, the move follows an Ebola task force meeting involving the Ministry of Health and UPDF. Authorities say that no Ebola case has been reported in Uganda, but precautionary measures have been strengthened. Let's hear more.
I want to let the nation know and the people of Arua know that the district task force is actively creating awareness, ensuring that all our people respond to the SOPs that are issued by Minister of Health. As I talk right now, we've had a meeting with the top security leaders yesterday. We visited all our porous border points. As of today, we are deploying UPDF to ensure that all our porous borders are protected. No one sneaks into the country through our porous borders. Whoever wants to come through our country can come through the gazetted border point at Vora, where we have already established the SOPs in Vora. Customs SOPs are in place to ensure that the country is safe. We have several porous border points. We counted yesterday between Zombo and Arua districts are almost about 60 of them. For the last 3-4 days, we have had intensive media campaign and mobilization. The people have started responding very, very positively. Even now, everybody is beginning to be very conscious, and which is one of our greatest weapons is awareness. If the community is aware of this disease and are very conscious, that is our protection line. So I want to assure you that the people are aware, the people are responding positively to every call we are making, and I want to ask them to intensify on that positivity so that we remain safe.
Now, in regards to Poate exhibitions, Day 2 of the Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo has attracted hundreds of exhibitors and tourism stakeholders seeking to showcase investment opportunities, strengthening partnerships and expanding market access within Uganda's tourism and hospitality sector.
is we are so delighted to have been part of the team. We are delighted to be here during this poverty because it has enabled us to have to make partnerships with the different organizations that are into tourism, the safaris, the hotels, the car hire business. And we believe as Physique we've been able, so we will be able to work with these different organizations to make sure that Uganda is promoted worldwide. And we also hope that we shall also bring in and attract in other tourists who will bring in the different foreign currency and actually enrich Uganda. We are here to market Uganda as the Pearl of Africa to the world. So the hosted buyers who are here, who have come here, the tourists, are able to see and learn and also explore the beauty of Uganda and be able to sell Uganda outside internationally, so that we are able to be seen as a tourist destination in the world.
Our services and market Uganda to the world. Some of the services are air ticketing, car hire service, hotel bookings, visa assistance.
Now, Uganda is intensifying efforts to bridge the digital divide through the comprehensive ICT inclusion program aimed at empowering persons with disabilities. Now, the initiative aligned to the country's Digital Vision 2040 Strategy 6 to ensure inclusive participation in Uganda's digital and economic transformation.
A recent specialized training has equipped 33 persons with disabilities, that is 17 women and 16 men, with critical skills to navigate the digital landscape. Beyond specialized hardware, the program emphasized utilizing free built-in accessibility features in computers like screen magnification and speech recognition software, already present in standard operating systems.
The training had 2 cohorts from March and April. The first cohort targeted persons with vision impairment, that is low vision and blind. And the second cohort targeted persons with physical impairment and deaf.
These efforts address a critical gap in a country where only 40% of persons with disability have access to information technology.
Because we have been able to identify good workable innovation strategies that we can use to bridge the communication gap for the majority that I talked about.
To sustain momentum, government is establishing dedicated ICT innovation hubs specifically for persons with disabilities. Addressing communication barriers for persons with disabilities remains a priority for government and these stakeholders.
What NITA has done through Ministry of ICT and also through the World Bank funding, we are setting up what we are calling the ICT innovation hubs for people with disabilities. This is innovation hubs. We have equipped them with all the modern technologies, assistive technologies, and in those centers we are going to be training.
Practitioners note that negative attitudes and a lack of awareness among employers remain significant hurdles. Wadulo Arnold Mark for UBC.
Well, thank you very much there, Wadulo. Now, scholars from universities across Uganda and beyond have gathered at Makerere University for a Pan-Africanism symposium focused on promoting African-led solutions to the continent's challenges.
Education, we have also seen that the new colonialism and geopolitics has also become a challenge to our education, because you find 85% of the PhDs sponsored abroad, most of them are set on what we define as human rights with the lawyers. And you find less of PhDs research are carried out on reparation, Africanist settlement, So that one is also impeding the Africanist or Pan-African movement, because the PhDs or research carried out abroad are based on the white or the founders program. Whether it is gay, you'll find gay are given a lot of scholarship. If it is about constitutionalism and others.
We have not moved to self-reliance as a continent, as a black race, as developing countries. We have not got there as yet. So why then is this so? Because if we don't get this right, then we cannot move towards self-reliance. So we'll keep the debate going, and we'll come back to where we started from. So what is this one very important thing at the core of transformation, of development, and of self-reliance?
Definitely culture and cultural institutions at that. Cultural institutions are important in this process because African people have their own culture. African people have their own way of doing their own things. And as it is, the guardians of that culture are the leaders that we saw inside there. You know, we saw the representation, kings, their queens, their queen mothers, their princes and princesses, and all of those. Those are the custodians of the cultures of our different people. And as it were, their presence in the discussion of matters of Pan-Africanism is important. Definitely I underscore that point, because without them, the people don't have a direction. So cultural leaders, in that sense, as we saw, are helpful because they guide their people and the cultures that they stand for.
Of development and of
Now, about the rice policy, the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries has convened the inaugural National Annual Rice Sector Review and Donor Roundtable meeting in Kampala. Now, the meeting has brought together key players in Uganda's rice industry to assess progress and mobilize support for implementation of the second National Rice Development Strategy. Let's hear more.
The strategy aims at achieving and sustaining national self-sufficiency in rice production while contributing to regional food security under the East Africa Rice Development Strategy.
We are happy to organize the first National Annual Rice Sector Review meeting for the industry to ensure that we have a number of stakeholders deliberate on the challenges in the sector.
The integrated meeting serves as a platform for monitoring, learning, planning, and resource mobilization for Uganda's rice sector.
So we are looking at how to see Ugandan farmers can resist imports from outside so that it employs Ugandans. It gives us a new sector of employment and revenue.
Stakeholders from government ministries, departments and agencies, development partners including International Rice Research Institute, Food and Agriculture Organization, Japan International Cooperation Agency, Africa Rice, Alliance for Green Revolution in Africa, and Kilimo Trust were joined by private sector and farm organizations to review achievements, challenges, and opportunities in implementing the strategy.
JICA is working with the government to build the technical capacity for the rice extension and then research, and also the capacity of the farmers to manage the irrigation system to boost the rice production and then productivity in Uganda.
The discussions focused on strengthening resilience in rice production systems, industrialization of the value chain, competitiveness of locally produced rice, and empowerment of stakeholders across the sector.
We've come here today to join other partners in the rice industry to deliberate upon the issue of rice in Uganda. Rice has become a dominant commodity, not only for food but also for income generation amongst most Ugandans.
The meeting also reviewed priority interventions identified through the subsector and intervention element matrix, alongside concept notes developed during the Rice Working Week last year.
This is a game changer because we'll be the second country in Africa to release. And for health reasons, if you type black rice, you will see the benefits of it. We need to invest in something that makes the local person per unit area get a lot of money.
Officials say the outcomes of the meeting will guide policy decisions, funding priorities and coordinated investments aimed at building a sustainable and resilient rice sector in Uganda. Annually, Uganda produces between 238,000 to 300,000 metric tons of rice, which is way short of the required 350,000 metric tons, and thus leads to dependence on importing to meet demand. The Eastern Uganda region, especially in Busoga and Bukedi, is the heart of the country's rice industry, especially in Budaka, Bujiri, Butaleja, Namutumba, and Kaliro.
Now, real estate and urban development experts have welcomed the plans of massive slum upgrading in Kampala, describing the move as critical for inclusive and sustainable urban development.
Obviously, I must say that General MK's proposal is long overdue. It's high time we started, and because there is money. I recently read on General MK's X saying that we needed to have urban renewal here in Kampala in order to eradicate slums, and I highly support him. What we need is slum upgrading, and which will help people to improve their lives by working on the infrastructure, that's water, electricity, roads, and so forth, so that at least our people also can feel they are part of the city. The challenge we have been getting is that people, they vandalize the infrastructure. Those people don't pay for water, they don't pay for electricity, there is poor hygiene, they fight high criminality. Every day they are in courts, they are taken to land, it's the government which pays, they're in the hospitals, it's the government which pays. But if we come up to give them their own houses, they will have a feel of ownership, and therefore they will not vandalize the infrastructure, and they will find that we get even taxes. Now we call it capital around capture. Well, it won't be the first project because we had like a place like Namongo, but the challenge is the way it was implemented was very poor. Maybe there was corruption still, because the people that were removed from Namongo instead created another slum called Kanyogoga across Bogorobe. It is in the part of Machingi. So we need to come up with an integrated program that can help our people to leave slums, and it's very easy, it's very affordable.
Now, a slip into the education sector, something that we all look forward to. Private schools across the country continue to face cash flow challenges as many parents struggle to pay tuition fees on time at the beginning of school terms. Now, in response, Demon Trust, together with digital finance service providers, School Pay and Faraha, have engaged in a school tried to engage the school proprietors on digital school fees payment and financing solutions aimed at improving fee collection and easing financial pressure on schools and parents.
And that means girls are now able to get...
Previously in Uganda, we used to have so many people lining up at banks waiting to pay school fees in very long lines. Now, School Pay came up with a product that allows someone to actually sit at the comfort of their home, use the student code that is being given by the school, and make sure that they pay school fees. Now, DTB is financing the project. What Faraha has done, they have partnered with us to make sure that they reach out to the parent or the schools to be able to advance them money. School Pay is our partner that helps the parent actually be able to access through the student code and make sure that the money reaches the final destination, and that's how School Pay comes in.
So that, schools told us at the start of term, they're only collecting about 30% of school fees. And I think Charity also alluded to how parents are going to pay part of it at the beginning. Come visitation day, they're going to pay some, or sports day. And then when it comes to end of term or exams, they're also trying to complete that. So people are not going to have the full amount on day one. And the number that they gave us was about 30%. If you look at this number, this is a significant amount of school fees that is paid directly to the school. This is an important aspect for the school leads to know. We do not give this money to the parent. We pay directly to the school through our partnership with School Pay. Because School Pay is already integrated in your schools, that means the money is not going to be diverted, as Charity was saying, when you're outside the bank and you're trying to double it, hopefully, double the money.
And that's it for today. Till the next episode.
Like a daily bando. Omuliro nguwulira muli mu mutima kukankana like drums. Kalakata, enendungu yakusabula. Mikono juu, free of fire, free of fire, free of fire.
It's our mission to secure your money.
Protecting your money is as important as earning it. It is for this reason that the Deposit Protection Fund of Uganda, DPF, was established by the government of Uganda to provide deposit protection to customers of regulated financial institutions. In the unlikely event that your commercial bank, credit institution, or microfinance deposit-taking institution fails, the DPF will pay you up to 10 million Uganda shillings. Keep your personal information such as national identification number, mobile phone, or an alternative bank account updated with your banker. Terms and conditions apply. For more information, contact DPF at Aha Towers, Plot 7 Lodell Road, Kampala. Call 0312 206 400 or visit our website at www.dpf.or.ug.
We are the DPF. We protect your money. Protection Fund of Uganda.
In rural Uganda, many subsistent farmers dream of growing their farms into successful businesses. If only they had capital for better tools and inputs. Good news! The Parish Development Model Fund is here to support subsistence farmers. To access these PDM funds, first, join an enterprise group of 10 to 30 households. Registration is completely free. These groups focus on high-value enterprises. Then, enterprise groups come together to form a PDM circle, led by a chairman who submits a loan application. When the Parish Development Committee receives the loan application, they review, vet, and approve with transparency. SACCO members also receive hands-on training in agriculture extension, business, and financial services to the Parish Circle at a practical training center. After the PDC approves the loan application, the SACCO chairman initiates funds disbursement to beneficiaries via Wendy on their mobile phone with the approval of both the SACCO secretary and treasurer on their mobile phones. Finally, the PDM funds are transferred to a beneficiary's Wendy wallet. The beneficiary receives 1 million Ugandan shillings directly on their phone via the Wendy wallet. Parish Development Model, empowering communities for wealth creation.
Sumchara.
Yes, Daddy.
You know the children are going back to school and things are a bit tight. For now, why don't you take half of the fees to junior school, and for the school van contribution, we shall pay later.
Daddy, why don't we pay using MTN Momo, where we stand a chance of winning school fees for a whole year and more? By the way, you can also apply for a school fees loan, and also participating schools can win a school van.
That's right! Win school fees for a whole year and more. Get more goodies and a school van for participating schools. You can also apply for a school fees loan. Simply dial *165*80# or use the Momo app.
Well, before we sign out, let's delve a bit into the world of sports. The Uganda Kabaddi Federation has intensified efforts to comply with the new national sports law through expanding the sport across the country. Now, the federation officials say the nationwide expansion is aimed at improving talent development and strengthening Uganda's competitiveness at international competitions.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank our She gladiators who really represented the country very well at the second Women World Cup in Bangladesh. And I'm here also to brief the country on what is happening at Kabaddi Federation of Uganda. Currently, we are trying to spread the sport of Kabaddi across the country, as the new Act of Sports requires us to do. Currently, we are in 83 districts across the country, covering more than 70% of the requirement as a federation. Also, we are developing the sport in schools and different communities. And this year, our main aim as a current member of Uganda Secondary School Sports Association, we are looking forward to have our best exhibition at the Ball Games 2 in Gulu. We are currently mobilizing, training. We believe that our schools that will represent the sport at the games in Gulu, at the Ball Games in Gulu, it will be an event to remember. So I request all the schools that will be part of the Ball Games 2 in Gulu to prepare very well. And also the federation is set and prepared to give the best to USSA so that we can add value to the USSA Games.
And lastly, Manchester United have confirmed that Michael Carrick will remain as head coach of the men's first team after signing a new contract that runs till 2028. Carrick, who returned to the club in January, quickly made an impact by winning the Premier League Manager of the Month award after early victories over Manchester City and Arsenal. He has since guided United to UEFA Champions League qualifications, recording 11 wins in 16 matches and posting one of the strongest point returns in the Premier League during that period. Carrick said he was proud to lead the club and praised the players for showing resilience and unity during his early months in charge, adding that the team must now move forward with ambition and a clear response of sense. Manchester United Director of Football Jason Wilcox said that Carrick had earned the opportunity to continue highlighting his positive results and his alignment with the club's values as well as winning culture. He has helped restore Carrington and within the dressing room.
Michael, I think when we saw you, when we were seeing you for the pre-match, we thought this contract thing would have been sorted out once and for all. So, for the millionth time, can you tell us where we're at with things?
Yeah, look, it was said at the end of the season pretty much, wasn't it? So we're not far away.